Imagine nations like a person. What kind of a human being is the personality called Nigeria? In 2021, this person that made 5.5 trillion in revenue, 990.3 billion naira from oil, 1.6 trillion naira from non-oil taxes, and 2.8 trillion naira from other sources. Now, how did she spend it? She spent 4.2 trillion naira on servicing interest loans for 11 months, after which 1.3 trillion naira was left. This means that what was left after debt servicing for the year was not enough to run her family. In the year's national budget, she totaled the family's needs to 13.57 trillion naira. So since we just have 1.3 trillion naira left, an extra of 12.27 trillion naira is needed. Where do we get it? As usual, we borrowed. We've been borrowing money to survive. You know how much we're owing now? As at the 31st of December 2021, our external debt was 39.56 trillion naira. With a 7% inflation rate and naira devaluation rate of 14.78% in 2021, and with the low revenue from oil prices, and of course with weak economic policies, an economic micro-crisis was triggered. A lot of businesses couldn't survive. A lot more people lost their jobs, and with a 35% and growing unemployment rate, our security challenges increased. The personality called Nigeria in our analogy swung into some action in the midst of the crisis. She attracted foreign direct investment by $1,563.64 million in the second quarter of 2021. She also launched several schemes to fund, create, and support small and medium businesses, which is the backbone of her economy. She needed to do these things because the excess crude oil account savings is almost empty, as at today, now only $35 million stay inside, which means she has no savings at the moment. With a current GDP of $432 billion, she is currently not exploring more than 60% of the energy and talent of her labor force, with all the bureaucracy, corruption, and inefficiencies in government offices. For borrowing, the rule of thumb is not to ever borrow more than 40% of your GDP. We are at 36.9%. Just 3.2% will bring a big debt problem, and the government will struggle to pay salaries. More taxes will be imposed. Our currency will get further devalued, and prices of everything will skyrocket even more. The policies of the people at the top will affect the price of your bag of rice, including the gas that you use to cook it. It affects whether you need to pay 7.5% or 20% VAT on your salary or profit. It affects the shipping fee you pay for your Tokumbo cars, and yes, even for your Jakba expenses. You must take responsibility and participate. Get your PVC. Vote competence and not ethnicity or religion. And please, do not sell your votes. This is the future of your children. Go and get your PVC.